Hello guys, as you can see we are still solving question in exercise 1D in general mathematics number 32. We go here, as you see now, this minus this power will multiply 3. When it multiply 3, so we now have a, don't forget, it's going to affect everything individually. Just like you are saying, minus 1 times plus 1 will give you minus 1. Minus 1 times plus 1 will give you what? Minus 1. So we now have this. Don't forget that 3a squared. Now, if you see something here very common, now we have a terms, which is a common base. So we can work with this. Don't forget, this one means this raised to power 2 raised to power minus 1 means 1 over 2 times 3. Then we now have a raised to power minus 1 plus 2. See what is happening here? We have changed it in our fourth law of indices that we've been doing. 1 over the number removing the minus sign. This is the same thing or raised to power 1, but we don't write it there. So what we now have something like this. So we now have 3 over 2. If you check minus a raised to power minus 1 plus 2, minus 1 plus 2 will give us what? Just 1. Minus 1 plus 2 is what? 1, because it's like I'm owing 1, I'm having 2. So when I pay, I'm still having 1. So it's raised to power. So this is just the answer. The next one is this. If you check what is happening here, it's directly. So this we have 2 times 3 is what? 6. Then don't forget you have a minus 1 plus 2. So it's direct. So you now have 6a. Because minus 1 plus 2 will give us what? 1. We don't write the 1 there. Invisible 1. Then this one is interpreting it. This is 7th law of indices. You can see the denominator and the denominator. But don't forget we are applying our fourth law first. 1 over the number, removing the minus sign. 3 over 2. We are applying our fourth law for 1 over the number. So we now see 1 over square root of 16. Then raised to power what? 3. Then we now have 1 over, what is the square root of 16? Is 4. Then raised to power 3. Now 1 over 64. We are saying 4 times 4 times 4 in 3 places. So that's what we have there. And this one is similar base. You add their power, and you're having the power is just like this. You're saying 3 over 2, which is equal to 2 raised to power 1 plus 3 over 2, which will give us 2 raised to power 4 over 2, which is equal to 2 raised to power 2, which is 4. So don't forget your additional fraction. That was what I did there. Additional fraction. We added the fraction and we see that, so that is 4 over 2. 2 into 4 will give us 2. 2 raised to power 2 means 4. Don't forget that. We continue with this. If you do this, you are going to multiply through the power. Remember that we are multiplying through, don't? So what we now have is 2 raised to power 6 times minus 2 over 3. And when you do that, don't forget 3 will go here 1, 3 will go here 2 times. So what now is 2 raised to power minus 4. Because minus 2 times plus 2 will give us minus 4. Check my algebra if you have issues with all of these things. You see, or I've explained all these things before. So we're going to apply our fourth law of indices. Now 1 over the number removing the minus sign. So we have 1 over, this is now 1 over 16, because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 will give us 16. Then we'll go to this one. This one is still going to apply our fourth law of indices first. 1, 2, 5 raised to power 2 over 3. 1 over the number removing the minus sign. Then we go on 1 over, don't forget, we're going to interpret our 7th law here now. Cube root of 1, 2, 5, then square 2, the square of 2. So when we do that, we now have 1 over, what is the square cube root of 1, 2, 5? If you check the number that can multiply itself 3 times, I will give you 1, 2, 5 is 5. So we now have 5 raised to power 2. So this is now equal to 1 over 25. That is exactly what you have here, 1 over 25. Because 5 raised to power 3 is 25. The last of them here is this. It's just, this one is similar base, just x plus minus x. Don't forget, you must apply your law before you do anything. The law says addition, but we are seeing minus sign, that's why I put it in brackets. Now, by mathematics, in that algebra I've been telling you about, you can now have minus and plus in between like this. You multiply and get a particular sign. So now 3 raised to the power x minus x, because minus times plus give us minus. So now 3 raised to the power 0. This is equal to what? 1. Anything raised to the power 0 in our third law of indices. I've given you my bit. Is anything raised to the power 0 anyway, anytime, any day is what? 1. This is what we have. As we continue, make sure you make comments. I'm waiting for your comments.